and that's all she wrote. But to sum up that fight for me personally, it's something that we have to respect and appreciate boxing for, especially everybody that was talking crap about Dubois, including myself, saying you don't belong in the same ring as Wilder, and because what happened with him and Joe Joyce, him getting him and Joyce, and him getting KO'd by Usyk and all that stuff, and I was like, yo, you don't deserve to. Yeah, boxing is it's not, it's just not a regular sport. Anything can happen at any time. And
they were calling him a quitter. He was
yeah.
You could have argued that it was justified because of in the fashion that he like ultimately took a knee against Usyk.
And we forget how young he is. Like
for his first loss at that.
We forget how young he is. He's been around for a while, and we forget it. And I went back to see he's like 26, 27. Right. He's been around for a long time. We've seen a lot of Dubois, and hey, he came out. Did you notice his walkout? Did it remind you of somebody? It was cringe. I won't lie to you. The Mike Tyson, all black.
Oh, I liked it. I feel like that fit his demeanor though.
Did he have the towel over his head too?
Well, he had the poncho. It was like a
cut off
custom made.
The black shoes of Mike Tyson. I'm like, bro, just do your own thing. Like,
you can pay respect to the greats, but ultimately what he performed, he was handling. He came in there to handle his business. He wasn't with no hoopla or nothing like that. Like even the pre-fight promotion with Joshua when they were sitting down with Eddie Hearn and their promoters, Joshua, big boy in the room, try to like start a little scuffle, and Dubois just responded, and to see that he came into the ring to handle his business. So you can wear the poncho and wear the all black. To me, if you really coming in to handle your business, then which is what he did. Right, he was playing no games with Joshua.
So I did want to point out that there is a rematch clause. They were pointing at a December fight date, but the very last image of Joshua as he's attempting to get up, I just want to point that out because boxing has this thing where they suspend you, they suspend you for 6 months, and it's for your health. What did y'all take away from that moment?
I'm not really feeling a rematch, even though they probably will have that rematch. I really feel like there's a lot of other fights that can be made in the division. We talked a little bit before about Bukoli. That's a potential matchup. You got Jarrell Miller who lost to Dubois, and then you got Big Baby who's lost to Bukoli. You still got Fury out there, and Usyk is still out there. So I'm not really feeling a rematch for this because I don't really feel like Josh was trending in a way that lets me feel like, hey, he's worthy of. Let me not say that. I just don't feel like he's going to show us anything new in a rematch.
This is what I will say. They set a record attendance, so there's always that.
Yeah.
And then you look back at the rematch against Andy Ruiz, and I don't know if you want to compare a Ruiz to a Dubois as far as being, the footwork, but Joshua was able to come back, work the jab. He was in much better shape, and it was night and day performance. So it's like you said, he teases us with these great performances, and then he comes back, and when we expect him, to perform at his height, he gives us this letdown, these flat performances. So,
right,
yeah, Joshua, it's one of those like, if we really, because we are prisoners of the moment. I'm the prisoner of the moment. But if we look at it from a distance, Joshua's really only lost to 3 people. One of them he lost twice, but that's Usyk. He's lost to Andy Ruiz and then Double D or Triple D, Daniel Dubois, Dynamite Dubois, and that's it. So in perspective, he should have more cachet to have more big fights or even have that rematch clause because he revenged one of his losses with Andy Ruiz. It wasn't as successful with Usyk, but his second go around was a more competitive fight, and you could see he fixed up where he got demolished in the first fight, right? But he could just not fix. He could not figure out the jigsaw. Who was Usyk, who was just had more boxing prowess and ability. So I wouldn't dust it. I wouldn't dust the idea of a rematch and not want to watch it. But really, like what Cam said, the other more interesting fights that would be better for heavyweight boxing.
It's the matter of which he lost, because as fans we can see competitive back and forth, which we didn't feel like we really saw. He got clipped in the first round, so maybe he's in the rematch. He doesn't get clipped in the first round. He's able to have better legs in the rounds moving forward. There's yet to be determined. But I think the thing for me is, once you see Joshua when he rose to fame beating a Klitschko, I don't feel like we've ever saw that type of, that grit, that determination that we saw since then. That was back in 2017. So it was like we're chasing this ghost of a fighter that may not ever return. And that's something that me, as being a fan of Joshua, we're looking at. But then don't get it twisted. I really enjoy watching Dubois fight. I was really confused by the loss to Usyk just because of the knee, but he's shown, high level heavyweight contention, and he's a champ right now. So you got to give him the respect, and they got to come see him.
Yeah.
So I think if this is right, it says Fury and Usyk that rematch is in February.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I haven't heard like dates, timelines for that one.
Oh wait,
it sounded like
no, that's the last one.
Probably new.
Okay. It sounded like they wanted to make a Joshua Fury fight.
Yeah, that was the goal. Usyk, they fight in December 21st in Riyadh. They fight in Saudi Arabia. Usyk versus Fury.
Okay, there we go.
Gotcha. So we'll get Dubois, and we'll get a Dubois Joshua rematch, and then we get a Usyk Fury rematch before the year is up.